We're on live. Let us have it.
Okay. I can't even see who's on the call, but hello, everybody that is on the call.
I know that
Christy, are we ready to start?
Yes, I know that we can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, because I put my earphones in, so I'm always uncertain. Yep, we've just got a few people. I know, let's see, I know on my end, my gals, a lot of them are out of town or the timing wasn't working. So they all asked, is this going to be recording? I don't see anybody from Katie's, and so I'm assuming that they'll be on. But you know what? We're ready to go. So take it away. We'll do it. We can
Katie hopped on. Christy, did Katie hop on yet?
No, actually, and maybe I'm gonna. My computer is being really slow, and so I'm gonna check and see. Did you give her the link? Okay.
I did message her last night. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
She should have the link.
Okay.
I hope. Do you want to message her really quily?
Yeah,
I know she's not.
I will do that.
Okay.
So you.
I'll go ahead and start while you get a hold of her.
Okay. Cool.
Hello, everybody. We are super, super proud of everybody who's been participating this week. We know this week is kind of a rough one. Christy and I are feeling it too. It's kind of like a baseball bat to the gut. That first week back to school and end of summer craziness. So we're super proud of everybody that has completed the activities, that got their worksheets turned in. If you didn't, don't beat yourself up. I will be completely honest with you. I didn't even get mine finished, filled out, just because this week was so crazy. This month is really about working out the kinks. Oh, good. Please stop. Thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you, kids. Sorry, guys. I'm driving with my kids in the car, and they're being kind of crazy. Anyway, this month is really for Christy and I about working out the kinks and getting into a flow. So if you're kind of struggling and you aren't quite keeping up, that's okay. That was to be expected. We really wanted this month to see how it would work, get it in place, and then each month that follows, it will get better and better and better. Better with practice, better with time. So don't beat yourselves up. Don't worry about it. Don't feel like you have to quit. Don't feel like you need to drop out or that you can't do it. Just keep going with it because this is a learning curve for Christy and I as well. We've never implemented something like this on our own like this. So just hang in there with us while we work it out. We'll be doing these calls every Saturday at this time, right, Christy? That's what we decided on?
Yes, yeah.
We'll have a different guest speaker for you guys. That is going to be a little complicated, we discovered, with the Kona trip. But we will still have people on the call to kind of just breathe life back into all of us and remind us why we persevere in this awesome business we have. I think that was really all I had for you guys. I'm just really excited. I've been following along on the page, seeing everybody's journey board or dream boards has been super fun and has reminded me of what my dreams are. They've been really inspired. I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? I want that too. And it's just been nice to see everybody that's picked out their book to read. I think that the second week will go a little bit smoother than the first week. I think it always does just because we're implementing something completely new. So just hang in there and keep going. And I'm super excited. I'm going to go ahead and turn the call over to Christy and sign off because I totally forgot that I had an appointment set this morning. So Christy, I'm going to give it to you and I'm going to sign off. But I'm super excited to watch the recording and I'm super proud of everybody that's been participating. Keep it up.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. You guys.
Okay. Sorry. This, it's been a little bit crazy all the way around for everybody. I'm trying to deal with, I'm not technologically savvy, and so me trying to deal with, but I think we're cool. Okay. Can everybody hear me? Okay, cool. Thank you, Ashley. I just think it goes to show that anybody can do this no matter how crazy. And she's had one of those crazy mornings. And, so Saturday mornings are like that. So we're just keeping it real here, right? So as part of this journey group, we're going to have spotlight our highest point winner. And we just wanted to do that for a couple of minutes this morning and let our winner, our highlight, our spotlight gal share a couple of her tips, what she learned, that kind of a thing. So I'm going to turn it to Amber Frizzell, who was our highest point winner. And she's going to just share whatever you'd like to share. Maybe some successes, something you learned, something you feel good about. And let me unmute you, Amber. Unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, don't mind my son right here. We're in the middle of getting ready for the morning.
So is everybody else, huh?
One thing I did notice this week was the whole genuine posting, and that I actually gained a lot of potentials just off of my own personal posts, which I think was the first time that that's happened. But I did a lot more genuine posts and things like that. So putting up a picture of myself with my drink and kind of talking, the whole testimonial, that got a lot of reaction and that. And I sent a couple messages out yesterday to some people that had either commented or liked that post. And the couple that I sent out, they all responded really great to it. And I'm actually talking with them about the products now. I gained a customer and an ambassador right when we started. So I can't say that those two were necessarily from what I was doing, because I gained both of those on Saturday right before doing all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this has definitely helped with the lull of the summer for sure, and gotten my drive up a little bit, because I was definitely kind of down about what went on during the summertime, and I gained a couple of people and then lost them and stuff like that. So it just was one of those things where it was tough. I heard that summers were tough, but from a lot of people, I guess this was tougher than most.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good to jump into September with this and kind of got back on top of things and that. So I like the whole journey page and everybody kind of commenting and stuff like that. The diamond documentaries, I think that's kind of been my favorite this week, is watching those. It's not something I did too much of during the summertime, was watching stuff like that. So I'd like to do more of that for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I appreciate that. We do a lot, there's developing skills, kind of like being personable with your posts. And I think that can be, sometimes that comes very natural for people, and sometimes that doesn't. And then I really like the Diamond Docs too, because they're just fun. You can just listen to those wherever, and they are so inspiring. When I watch those, I'm like, you know what? She's pretty normal. I'm normal. If she can do it, so can I. And I think that particularly after a summer like we've had, it is really good to listen to those kinds of things to just fuel that belief, because we need it. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. So we are going to zoom right along here. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Let's chat for just a couple of minutes about, I'm going to mute. Okay. So let's chat for just a couple of minutes. I don't know what I'm doing technologically. Okay. So let's talk for just a few minutes about our activities for this next week. Okay. So we are going to add in this week some DMOs. So things that their daily method of operation, income producing activities. And these are all on your sheet. I'm going to put them onto the group page after this call, as well as a new tracking sheet, okay? So for this week and going forward, your DMOs are going to be, number one, relationship building. So every day, Facebook pops up with those birthdays. It's so-and-so's birthday. One of your DMOs is to wish those people a happy birthday. That is a wonderful way to start to get Facebook to notice your, to interact with people. So if you do that every day, okay? and then interact with your non-plexus peeps. So from last week, we made our list of 100. Hopefully you've got your top 10 by now, your top 5, and you need to be interacting with their posts, non-plexus stuff, but just interacting with them so that their stuff is going to start popping up and your stuff is going to start popping up on theirs, okay? Another thing to do is make sure that you continually share personal plexus posts and non-plexus posts. So 1 to 3 of those a day, that combo of plexus and non-plexus stuff. Continue with your personal growth book, reading Eric Worre Go Pro, or if you have another one that you just want to read, that's fine, but make sure that you're reading a personal growth book. And then continue building your belief by watching 1 Diamond documentary a day, and then reading at least 1 health testimonial a day. And one thing that I think is a fabulous idea is to not only read these, but create a spreadsheet or something that you're keeping track of these. So for example, you know, you watch a Diamond Doc, write their name in one column, the link in the next column, and then a little, you know, some tips, some highlights of what you found interesting in that Diamond Doc. So for example, I believe it's Amber Miller. She's in her 20s. She's a young stay-at-home mom. So that if you run across someone who's interested in the products or the business, you just go to your list and you can say, okay, you know, I've got, you know, this young stay-at-home mom. Who can I share with her? Maybe you remember, you're not going to remember all 100 of them. So if you make your list, it'll just be a good tool for you in the future to use. And you can do the same thing with your health testimonials too. I have several, you know, testimonial, you know, pages that I've created with the testimonials that are great that I can just share with people. So you don't have to do a bunch of research. So it's a good thing to start compiling. And then, of course, your 3-2-1. This is something new that we didn't have last week that we're incorporating this week and continuing on as a part of those DMOs. 3-2-1 is your daily reaching out to 3 new prospects, following up with 2, and then doing some kind of member training. If you have a small team and it's just you, then some kind of training for yourself. If you've got 1 or 2 people on your team, then you can do some training with them. Maybe it's, you know, asking how it's going, sending them, you know, some information about something that they might have questions or concerns about. So that's your DMO every single day, and from here on out for the rest of our journeys week and the weeks continuing. So additional activities, your backup office, make sure that that's turned on. This is particularly good for people who are new. I don't know at this point whether we have newbies on, but just make sure that's set up and ready to go. The next one is memorize a one-liner, what you do. So if you're out and about and you strike up a conversation with someone and they say, hey, you know, what do? You can say you've already got this one-liner that you've memorized. You know, maybe it's, you know, I help stay-at-home moms earn some income while they're working from home, or whatever it is. We'll give you some ideas, but on the page. So memorize that. And then the next one is contact your top 5 people. So from last week, we made our list. We circled who we wanted, you know, our dream team. Now we're going to contact them. This does not mean you're contacting them about Plexus, okay? Just reach out to them. It can be just, you know, going to lunch. It can be shooting them a text, I've been thinking about you, or a message, but interact with them, okay? And then the number 4 is product knowledge. This week, we're going to be focusing on the Slim. So just research the different ingredients, and it would be awesome if you put together a binder that you could, or maybe you keep it on your computer, but I think a binder is great where you know, each week we're gonna research a different product out of the Triplex and X Factor. And so this week is a Slim. Research those ingredients, have a couple of articles so that you're familiar, so that when you're talking to people, you come from a place of, not that you're going to dump information on them at all, but that you know about our products. So we're going to focus on the Slim this week. Next one, create your work schedule, okay? So how many hours can you work in a week? How many hours can you work in a day, or, you know, maybe minutes, okay? Because everybody's got a different time frame. And then create that schedule. What is that going to look like? You know, when are you open? When are you working your business? Okay. And then what are you going to do when you're doing your business? So in other words, all of these things that we're giving you, we want you to map it out. And then another one is join a local group. Okay. This can be something, this can be online, you know, a mom's group or whatever group you want online, or it can be really going out, you know, maybe volunteering at the PTO or, you know, whatever, but join a local group. And then the last one is the Zoom calls. So we're doing that last week. That's one of those things we want to get this up and going off the ground. And we are going to have specific times available. I'm hoping I need to coordinate with Ashley, and but specific times every week so that you know, okay, Monday at this time, I've got, you know, a Zoom call time available, Tuesday at this time, Wednesday at this time. So that way you can bring your prospects. This is going to be an awesome tool for you as you start to get and working with more prospects and friends, people, that kind of a thing. Okay. So, any questions about those activities? Unmute yourself if you have a question. And the mute button is at the bottom. Okay, so I am super excited. We have our guest speaker, Katie Conklin, is going to share some tips, some ideas with us. But I'm also excited because it was crazy at the beginning, and I don't know whether Ashley mentioned it, but Katie is going to be joining us on, Katie and her team they're going to be joining us as a part of this group too. So we're excited about that. Katie is just spitfire, fireball, comes with a lot of passion. And so I am super, super excited to have her and her team be part of this group with us. And so, Katie, if you want to just take it away and share whatever it was.
Okay. My name is Katie Conklin. I think I know some on the call. I don't know everybody. I'm a Ruby ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. I've been in the business since April. Sorry, my lighting in my office is like horrific. So I'm like in a dark cave here. But I have been with Plexus since April of 2014. I actually started just to lose weight. My husband's in real estate. I was a stay-at-home mom. I'd worked for years before that. I really didn't want anything. I was loving my own time, and I didn't feel like I needed anything additional. So just like many of us, I accidentally started a Plexus business where I had gotten on the product, and then I liked the product, so I signed up for the cheapest amount, which was kind of my go-to move with these kind of companies. I would just sign up to distribute or sell, but I would only buy it for myself. And so once I got added into the groups, I saw that there was really something more to Plexus. I could tell it was different. The company was different. Obviously the amount of money that people were making was different because there were actually people that were quitting their jobs and getting a Lexus and going on these trips. And I thought so much of the company and realized I was seeing all these people that were totally normal. Like Christy said, when you watch the documentaries, there's kind of that moment where you're like, they're totally normal and I'm totally normal. So I don't know why, we have the same tools. Like I can be successful as well. So I kind of had that moment and I decided to just go all in with the business. I went to my husband with it and said, so I've decided to start selling Plexus, and he rolled his eyes and he was not very impressed, which I think most of us have probably been through that when we take it to our spouse and tell him that we're going to do an MLM. But I got him on the product. He has hypoglycemia. And so the Slim changed his life in that way that he would, So hypoglycemia, if you don't eat, it's kind of like a diabetes type of a situation. It's a blood sugar issue. But if you don't eat, you'll crash. And what is that saying?
Just wondering about your lighting. You said that your lighting was really bad. Is there any direction that you can face?
Oh, because she has to read my lips. Okay. You know what? Let me move to a different room.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No. You are totally fine. It's just my office for some reason. Let me see if I open my blinds, if it helps at all.
There's a shadow. Maybe if you turn away.
I'm gonna go. We'll go. Let's see. We'll go on a little adventure through my house.
Okay. Thanks so much, Katie. I'm so sorry.
No, you're totally fine.
That's good. It's so quiet too. You're like
in my house?
Yeah, we can't hear anything.
Oh, my kids and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, the Conklins don't really get up and move in till a little later.
Really? Oh my goodness. It doesn't matter how late I put my kids to bed, they are up like by 8 or earlier. It doesn't matter.
Nope, my 9-year-old's so sweet. My baby wakes up about 9:30 or 10.
Wow, that's awesome.
My 9-year-old is like, she's okay. So you can.
Is that better, Carol? Is that better?
Okay, so yep, perfect.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I started on the product. I told Adam, if I'm going to do this, like, I need you to do this with me. He's like, I am not jumping into an MLM. I'm not doing this. I was like, no, I need you to be on the product. And so he's like, he didn't think, I mean, if you know my husband, you've probably seen his testimonial kind of circulating around Facebook. He does fitness competitions. He wore pink shorts during his fitness competition. So for him, he knows supplements, and this was just, he likened it to Weight Watchers, that Plexus markets to the same women that just need to lose baby weight, or, you know, are just trying to lose some weight, and it wasn't for him. So I got him on the Slim, and needless to say, because he had blood sugar issues, it worked tremendously for him. At that point, he was like, okay, there's something different to this. And then I kind of started introducing other products. Now he's on everything, and honestly, he is probably more passionate about the products than I am. And I'm super passionate about the products just because they have really, really changed his life. Like, if we're going on like a cheat meal, and we forgot the block, he will full on turn around, go back to the house to grab the block, because he believes in the power of these products so much. So that's kind of how my journey started. From then, I've grown an amazing team. I've been to convention, and I'm about to go to Leaders Retreat, which is crazy because this summer was rough. This summer in this business is just kind of tough. So I don't know what all you wanted me to go into. Ashley was a little bit vague. I mean, I have testimonials for everything, really. I can talk about what my day looks like.
You know what? How about just talking about, like, maybe even just consistency and just doing just the basics, kind of like, because that's what this group is designed to do, is to teach the basics, help you to be consistent, or even because you also have talked about how you kind of got out of that, and then this business works when you work, right?
Absolutely. Okay, so I can talk about just a lot of what I talked about on the last team call that we did. So I had actually, my weakness, and my team knows this, is I struggle with reaching out. I struggle a lot with imposing on people's day. I don't want to be that guy. That's one of the reasons I never liked MLMs. I felt like most MLMs were like, if you're going to be successful, then you really need to not really care about your relationships, not care about how you come across to people, not care about anything really except making money. And that's just not me. And so it wasn't anything that I thought that I could do. So I had gotten pretty far in my business just on Facebook, just contacting people that had come to me first. And I felt pretty good about that. And finally I got to a point where I was like, I have not added ambassadors personally in a long time. And your personal business is huge in this business. You cannot just get a few people and then have them build a team and then just hope for the best, because there's constantly people coming and going and your business is always changing. So you absolutely have got to make sure that your personal business is thriving. And so I knew that I had to take the next step, which was reaching out. So in my way that I reach out is, it has to be true to me. I can't just reach out and be like, hey, join my team, join my team. There's a reason that I thought of that person that I'm reaching out to, and I want them to know what it is about them that made me reach out to them. And I lead with that, you know, if it's somebody that that's doing Beachbody at the time, I love reaching out to people that are already doing other businesses, because sometimes they're just not happy in it, but they're kind of going down with the ship, so to speak. And they obviously love the idea of working from home and building a business in that way. And I know that I can offer them more. And so I will reach out and just say, you know, I really admire the way that you run your Beachbody business. I think that you're super passionate. I love that you're so fun. People love you. And if you are loving Beachbody, like, I don't want to get between that. Like, nobody's getting between me and Plexus. I don't want to get between you and Beachbody. But if you have a wandering eye, if there's something about your business that's maybe lacking, I would love to meet for coffee or ice cream, and I can tell you what we have to offer and see if it's something you're interested in. Or I'll just reach out to somebody and just say, you're very influential. People follow you. People think a lot of you. And so I think that you would really you could build this business and do what Adam and I have done. And I would love to talk with you more about it. Because now my husband, I don't know if I got that. Now my husband and I run the business together. He's a senior gold ambassador and I'm a Ruby ambassador. And so having two incomes is awesome. And but beyond that, just being able to have him as a business partner and work from home with him is also awesome, because he does real estate, so he works from home. We don't just do Plexus from home. But so that's kind of where I lead. And then I feel like if people aren't interested, or they might be annoyed that I reached out, at least they feel good. At least they feel like, you know, that was kind of annoying that she reached out, like those stupid Plexus girls. But that was nice. That made me feel good. So to me, when I feel more like I'm reaching out to tell them how awesome I think they are, and I kind of mention the business at the end and then say, if you want more information, let me know. And so I got pretty good at that because I felt good about what I was doing. And then the summer hit, and it was rough. It was really, really rough, because it feels like it just crickets. If you do reach out, you know, nobody's reaching back. And typically if I've lost level ones or lost customers, there's always somebody else I was talking to. And I almost always was able to replace that person. But during the summer, I wasn't. Like, I would lose a level one and I had nobody else I was talking to, which was scary. Because even though you know that that's the summer and that's what's going to happen, it's still, when you're in it, it's like, oh, like, is this going to get better? I know this is going to get better. But so I just threw myself into family vacations, which wasn't the worst thing to ever happen. Texas paid for lots of family trips this summer. It was really awesome. But as school started again and I kind of came out of this funk, I have started back. And what Christy was saying the other day on the team call, which really, she put into words what I was thinking. Even if nothing is happening, if you get to the point where you are now taking action, there is something so validating about that you feel like, okay, now I'm back. Now this person that I trust, that reaches out, that's on this schedule, that's taking action, now she's back and she's in charge of this business. And I want her to be in charge of this business. I don't want Summer Katie to be in charge of this business that's, you know, feeling sorry for herself and am I ever going to add another level one? Like, I want this Katie in charge. It's like, I know I'm adding another level one, several of them. And so I think that just taking action, just getting to the point where you're doing these things, and it really does get easier. One trick that I use is do more when you feel like doing more. Even if you're only doing a 3-2-1, let's say you do a 3-2-1 and you reach out to somebody, and let's say they turn around and they reach right back out and they're like, you know what, I've actually been thinking about contacting you about Plexus. I am super interested. And you get that like moment of, oh, okay, I'm feeling motivated. I'm feeling good. At that point, bust through your list, like bust through the next few days and just do it, because you're in a good headspace. You're feeling good about it, and you will come across the most passionate that you ever have. And so that's one trick that I like to use. If I get a customer that sends me back something that's amazing, like products are changing their life, and you get that burst of this is, okay, I'm doing something right. I do the same thing. I start reaching out about the products. I start reaching out about the business, and I use that fire that person has lit to really start rolling. Also, another one is personal development books. They just help your mindset. They help you get in a good place, and mindset is everything in this business. It's everything. So that's kind of what I do. I don't know.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I loved it. You know, and I agree with you. You know, mindset really is, and it's easy to have that positive mindset when you get those positive, you know, vibes from people. And then it's just as easy to let it tank when you haven't had that. And so, but it makes a difference in how you come across. You know, I loved what Kathy talked about too, how she kind of prepares herself mentally before she reaches out to someone so that she is in that positive mindset, so that she can come across confident, positive, upbeat, enthusiastic. And so thank you. Those were great tips. I loved it. Let's see. Anybody have any questions or anything like that? You can throw them in the chat box. Other than maybe another tour of the Conklins. We just got a small tour.
You did get a small tour. I'm now in my master. So you can see my bed. You can see the wallpaper behind me. Isn't that awesome though? It's like that modern looking wallpaper.
Yep. Loving it.
There you go. There you have it.
Awesome. Well, you know what? I think that's fantastic. It's been great to chat with everybody. We are going to, this is recorded, and I'll put it up on the page if you want to listen to it again. And make sure that you get, we'll also have those Zoom times available. So take a look at that in the next couple of days so you can schedule those out. One really, really quick business item there, or just what I don't know. Make sure you give us enough time, because if we've got those times available and you have not contacted us and said, hey, I'm bringing someone to this call, we're not going to be there waiting for you, okay? Our lives are way too busy. So just make sure that if you know that there is there's one that you're going to be bringing a prospect to, as soon as you know you're bringing a prospect to that, let us know. Katie is also going to be joining us and offering a couple of times. So we're going to have several times available. So hopefully you'll be able to go to your prospect and say, hey, you know what, I've got these times available. Will one of those work? So we want to get this up and rolling, but just make sure if you plan on being there, give us notice. If we don't hear, I would say within 3 to 4 hours, if within 3 to 4 hours of a call, if we haven't heard from people that you're bringing people to it, we're going to cancel it. You can't just let us know 30 minutes beforehand, I've got someone, because our lives are just too crazy to just wait around for that. But that's one of those things we're going to be working on, making sure it's really going smoothly. The other thing is your tracking sheets. It's going to be a little bit different tracking sheet because we have different activities this week. Make sure you get that into us by Friday night, so we've got time to tally those up and have a spotlight for the High Point winner again. So just know that this goes from Saturday to Friday night. So awesome. We love you guys, and good luck with this week. Anyways, take care.